And we're back with some more oxygen not included and our massive barbecue setup. Today, we're going to be finishing off this achievement, Carnivore, and I really hope we are going to finish it today, because if we don't, we're going to miss out. If we don't have this complete by cycle 100, we lose. Or, well, not that we lose, we just will not be able to get this achievement on this run, which would be kind of bad for an achievement run. We need 100,000 calories in the next 10 days, but I think we can manage this. We just got to make sure we stay on top of hatching all of these eggs. Then we can go back to a more sane, normal playthrough. Well, that's the hope anyway. At the same time, I'm thinking we want to expand a little bit down here. I'd like to expand over this side to see if we can... well, I don't want to go digging in down on this side because we have a whole bunch of beta hives, and those beta hives, I don't want to kill them. The heat will destroy them. So instead I want to dig across here so that we can dig down in this section and extract ourselves a whole bunch of rust. We're going to need it for our rusty oxidizer over there. Our rusty oxidizer is actually at max gas pressure. What the? Why are you at max gas pressure? Ah, damn it. Okay, fine. We'll put another one up there. And yeah, perfect. Okay, so the rusty oxidizer can go up there, and that will be providing us with our iron ore, which we're going to need to make steel. Oh, it's going to actually be pretty rough down here for a while. There's too much carbon dioxide, so yeah, they're going to be running back and forth. I think we'll make them a little, yeah, we can give them a little ladder system right there. Perfect. One thing I never realized you could do is it turns out you can attack things inside the incubators. You don't even have to let them out. That certainly makes things an awful lot easier. And poof, and then the meat just pops out for you. Kind of much handier way of doing things. I was popping them out first, though I suppose that does make it faster to, well, get them restocked. And how is this eggs doing? How many fish have we got down here so far? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got another one over there, 6. So one more will bring us up to 7. We might stop around there, actually. We don't need that many fish anymore because I think we're just about to hit full capacity. I mean, meat-wise, we've got, what, 38,000 calories worth of barbecue? I think we're good to go. Well, while this goes ahead very slowly because of the carbon dioxide, we have a gate activation with a poke shell and, well, we don't really need another duplicate, do we? Yeah, we'll just take the poke shell, I think. Which reminds me, I should really set up a poke shell storage area somewhere. It's just we need somewhere where we can dump the poke shells out of the way where they won't cause us any hassle. So here is the plan. This is a fairly simple way of doing things. We're going to have this automatic dispenser up here, and we're going to set it to drop all of the poke shell eggs we find in here. And then our dupes won't be able to get in there to access the poke shell eggs. Whenever we do need to get in there, we can unlock the doors and let people in or out. Otherwise, we'll just leave them all in there. Should be fairly handy. And that prevents people getting smacked by these when they start dropping eggs, which I'm pretty sure one of these is about to come of age for that. They're 59. Yeah, I think it's about 70, 75 where they're going to drop their first one. How many fish we got in there as well? I think we can keep those well culled. Our calories are looking pretty good, but a few more wouldn't hurt. Oh, and it reminds me, we're going to have to... Yeah, it doesn't actually show the attack symbol, but you can make sure they get hit. Dun, dun. Oh, wow. That whole end down there just needs to go. Perfect, that'll free up a whole bunch of incubators. I was getting worried about that. Oh, yeah, this isn't going to get built, is it? Because this is closer to where they are. Right, I think I'm also going to analyze this cool slush geyser, namely because, well, it's dormant now. Zap is probably going to get a little bit unhappy with that, with the soggy feet and all, but it's fine. We've got some massage tables around. We are also going to have to, well, check that one as well. And how are you doing? You're also dormant. That's unfortunate. I was going to use you for metal refinement. So all 3 of our geysers are dormant. I suppose we can use some of this. Oh, no. Get that quick. That has actually got to be a priority 6. That is the water supply that provides water to our power production up there. Now, we do have a 5-ton tank here, which I was going to delete, but you know what? This makes me realize that maybe having that in place is a good idea. Well, I mean, we didn't need it, but it is handy to have there for accidents like this. There's always some sort of unforeseen consequences. Well, it turns out our timing is impeccable. Well, Zap, looks like you're gonna get sopping wet. Maybe a little bit of hypothermia? Who cares? Over here, this one is still dormant, but I'm sure that will kick in a bit. And over here, we are going to say, make these doors, no one's allowed in, and make these doors, no one's allowed in, and then just set this up for critter eggs. So every single pincher row egg will go in there. Is there anything else we want to throw out here? I mean, we could, I don't really want to exile any other critters to this section, but this keeps the pincher rows out of our hair. Anytime they drop an egg, any of the local poke shells will go crazy and they get aggressive. But if we take all the eggs out of the way, then what should happen is, well, eventually they'll all end up over there and we'll have none of them running around the map doing anything nasty. All right. At the same time, I think there's a few more things we can take care of on the side. Where did you even come from? We can start doing pokeshell mold to lime, pokeshell moat to lime, eggshell to lime, and then maybe after that we'll do fossil slime. Oh, wow, how many eggs do we have again? 222.5 kilos of eggshells. Yeah, well, I suppose we have been making a lot, and I mean a lot, of hatches recently. Oh, which reminds me, a few more hatches. Dear Lord. Barbecue-wise, I think we are doing quite well. 40,000 calories worth of barbecue. Excellent. I think we've definitely got this in the bag. While we're at it, there's one thing I would like to try, and that is to decontaminate this water using radiation. Just a little scooch of this stuff. Not a huge amount. This stuff has about 18 million germs in it, and we're constantly putting in new ones every time the bathrooms are used. But if it's clean water, and if we apply radiation to it, it should drastically reduce the amount of germs. It won't clean it the whole way, but it might help a little bit. For example, we've got a container of water there, and it is a lot of germs in it, and maybe we can slowly decontaminate those as we deconstruct the liquid reservoirs for water. We are actually sort of slightly running out of incubators here. We can't keep up with the demand. You actually don't have a hatchling egg running around, but there is a stone hatchling egg, so you can grab that. So I'm trying to sweep all of these hatcheries out, so I'm going to sweep all the coal into here as well. Why not? All the coal, all the hatchling eggs, everything. At the same time, we're still hammering down as much barbecue as we possibly can, and I think we've got to be close. What are we up to? 375,000, 25,000 more calories. We have 5 cycles left to go. Oh, and we've got a gate activation. Ooh, fertilizer. Yeah, we'll take the fertilizer. We're going to be using that the micronutrient station at a later date, so we might as well grab that now. All right, and how are we doing over here? They are very, very slowly putting together that mechanized airlock. Mellington, what's your skill? You should be... Wow, construction goes up pretty slow. You're at 4 construction? I suppose it's not the worst. Okay, so this is 18 million germs. And then, is it going down? And if so, why? Dying on liquid, 3%. Exposed to 41 rads, 0.5% dead a cycle, which is a change rate of 11,000. Or sorry, 1,100. Okay, so it helps, but not as much as you'd think. Huh. I suppose we are pumping in a few germs. Just a few. Lord. Excellent, excellent. All right, and down here we're trying to let in some oxygen so that our duplicate isn't quite so, well, you know, gasping for breath all the time. Unfortunately, I've also discovered there's a beta hive down here. I really wish I discovered that, I don't know, about 756 kilos of enriched uranium ago, because this place could be producing us a whole bunch of uranium as well. Though I can't really complain. We've got another 700 kilos. We've got 1.5 tons of uranium. Delicious. We are slowly but surely grinding over here, though I'm not sure why anymore, especially with that down there. Though I suppose there is an awful big thick band of rust down there I would like to get my hands on. Over, where is it? Here, we're going to actually sweep up all this junk. I've decided to make this our just dedicated junk dumping spot. It's not going to help the decor of the area, but I don't really care. Oh, and maybe sweep up those pip eggs while you're at it, people. Don't want those pips getting overcrowded. They'd stop breeding, and then we'd have less meat. Okay, I think we've got to be close. Let's just have a quick look at the numbers. We're at... Come on. 394,000. We need 6,000 more calories of meat. And we have... Yeah, we've definitely got that much already in stock. All right, then. Now it's time to start planning what we do for after this. And I'm thinking... Well, give me food. Give me hydroponic farms. Yes. We're going to start going with bristle blossoms. Namely because bristle blossoms require the least amount of effort. Oh, and I should really move that door 1 tile to the left. That would make so much more sense. Oh, and while that's going on, we did delete this liquid reservoir. But there was a good reason for it. That gives us a giant bottle of water. That giant bottle of water we can use for science. And the germs in it are going down. Yeah, exposed to 41 rads. So this should theoretically slowly drain it of germs over time, but that's okay. They'll get around to it at some point. What we want this for is research. we sort of want to just keep knocking out all of the researches now, because that's one of the requirements of, well, one of the achievements is knocking out all the research. So I'm thinking, let's just start at the top and work our way down. There's no everything we need, we've already gotten. Oh, and while we're building this, there's one other thing I should really take care of. The fact that we're running out of water. God damn. That's the water that provides us with our oxygen. So I'm thinking, yeah, this was the plan. We'll go grab some water piping from over here. This should really be a bridge right there. There we go. We'll pump water down here and into this pipe, and that can feed into the electrolyzers down here. This is going to be retired. We won't need it anymore. Well, no, sorry, this liquid pump is going to be retired. We're still going to need this electrolyzer. In fact, we're probably going to have to expand and put in a second one. The chill down here is also starting to wear off, which means this gas is going to get hotter and hotter. Right now, it's still coming out about 20 degrees, and in the center of the base, still nice and chill because of all of that chill gas we were pumping in. However, our hydrogen-providing electrolyzing setup is getting a little bit hotter. It's getting pretty toasty, but it's fine. As long as it stays below 75 C, we won't have to worry about it busting. It's just a case of it's going to be pumping hot hydrogen in here. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Well, I was hoping to counterflow with this slush geyser when it came online, but I'm thinking we should probably put in some insulated gas pipes. No. We'll get this down here finished first, then we'll put in the insulated gas pipes. Oh, and while I've been yakking away, we earned a colony achievement. I really wonder, which colony achievement was it? Come on. Carnivore. Hells yeah. Okay, that one was the last really horrifying one. Well, no, let me fresh that. There's a whole bunch more down here, and the most horrifying one is probably mine the gap. Mine 1,000 tons of resources from space points of interest. So space mining. You can't do it from actual asteroids. You have to send out rockets to drill into things, which means you're going to need a lot of diamond and a lot of rockets. I was going to try and get this done in 365 days, but I'm not sure that's possible. But we'll try. No promises. Absolutely zero promises on that front. That just seems like really, really difficult. But we need to get crops up. Reason being, if we want to run these hatches from now on, we don't have to keep coming along and manually doing all this junk where we have to come along and stick them and kill them. We want to get them in a normal evolution chamber, get some water or something together, and put it somewhere over here near our cook area. In fact, we could put a nice one down below this guy. Yeah, and then we just basically run conveyor rails from here all the way down there and dump the eggs off. We'll keep a few incubators around, but we won't need nearly this many. I mean, powered incubators to deal with this many ranches? One incubator can support, I want to say 20. It takes 4 cycles for the egg to hatch if it's a... Oh, actually, wait a minute. Who is Lullaby? Yes, here we go. So if it's Lullaby, it takes 20... Oh, it gets a change rate of 25% per cycle, which means every 4 cycles it spits out an egg. So that means by the time it takes the first egg to age out, which takes 100 cycles, that means we'd take about... Yes, it would take 25 eggs. So you'd have to hatch 25 eggs, and by the time the 25th egg hatched, the first egg that you had hatched would have aged out and died. So one fully powered incubator could support ranches capable of supporting 25 hatches. And god damn it. Yep, that's my bad. Didn't put the door in time. Right, we'll have to wrangle those up and bring them back, but that's only a small problem. A small, weeny, teensy little problem. But yeah, we'll finish this off, start planting our bristle blossoms to move on to the next stage of this. We're going to need a lot of bristle blossoms, though. We're also going to need water. Guys, someone want to get on that water before our oxygen starts to run out? We're down to 166 kilos down here. And I think we are done. Perfect. In that case, we hook that up there. And we're going to see water start flooding down here. That's exactly what we wanted. Get rid of you. And then we can get rid of you. And, oh, that actually is just about perfect timing. Come on. Come on, you can make it. Yeah, I think we might have a tiny little gap in oxygen production, but not too much. Okay, with that done... and the door is in place. We can get around to wrangling all these suckers back into their correct locations. That's right, you're going to need to go back to there. Oh, God, I just realized something. No stone hatchlings. Just stone hatches, please. Stone hatches only. And let's make sure none of them get entombed. They have a tendency to do that to themselves, you know. Okay, done, done, done. And then once that's finished, we can start putting in, yeah, liquid pipe here. Ooh, do we have that as a branch off? That might be an idea. I really do have to check, though, how much water this is going to cost us. Hey, you, make sure that plenty of water goes up there. Just, yeah, I want this to be an overflow. Yeah, perfect. That seems to be working okay. It halves the amount of water going down the pipe. Okay, blossom seeds. There's nothing really else worth putting in here that we've got access to. I mean, waterweed seeds are nice and all that, but this requires only two things from us. One, we harvest it, and two, we provide it light and water. That's it. Nothing is quite as good as this, just for like sheer simplicity. However, calorie-wise, it's not perfection. Well, we've got crops started at some point. I'm sure someone will be along to plant those. Actually, what's the priority? We need to get our priorities back under control as well. We've been kind of going a little bit nuts and letting everything run rampant, just because we were desperate, but now it's time to maybe slow down and take a little bit of a breath. Oh, and that reminds me, we need an evolution chamber down here somewhere. One should fit just a bit nicely there. Damn it. I just placed that deodorizer. Fine, you can get deconstructed and we'll put in a little wall there. This is where we're going to have all our eggs sent. For those eggs, we're going to need to put in a bunch of these things. Conveyor auto sweepers. So, yeah, one of those should fit right about there. Ooh, yeah, there's perfect as well. Yeah, I'm liking the placement. And one more down there. Excellent. Then we're going to need some conveyor loaders. Easy peasy. And there we go. 4 conveyor loaders, 4 auto sweepers. Now, we will need to power those, of course. In fact, that one is already powered. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, some of them, well, they're located in places where it's obvious for power to go through. So, done? Yeah. Will take a while for our mechatronics engineer to get around to doing all that. Once they've got that done, then we can put in the actual conveyor rails. Oh, and you can go there. And to get a little hole, we're going to need to fill that full of water and, ooh, gate activation. What do you got for us today? Now, while I do like the look of Rowan over here, the problem is the trypophobia, whatever, they can't do digging. Otherwise, they would be actually quite decent at a lot of things. Never mind. Never mind, just going straight for the acorn and we're done with it. Alright, with all of that finished, yes, we want to get our, automate all of our ranches so we don't have to keep manually sweeping out all the eggs. It's getting a little bit bothersome. We've also started cleaning up all of our additional incubators. We don't need the sheer quantity we're running right now, so we're going to start phasing out those incubators because we don't need them. Okay, you can, yeah, do that, and we'll put in a little mesh tile right about there. Excellent. Oh, this is where we're going to put in the little drowning, or evolution chamber. We just need to put in a little bit of water drop-off right about, say, there, and that way our cook can come down and grab it and bring them back up. This just seems like a nice close-by location to do it in. Alright, what is going on? Growth halted, irrigation problem. No problems at all. Liquid pipe. Done. Now, let's hope we need 5 kilos of that. We might have to expand this and put in 2 water sieves. We might need more than 5 kilos of water, because we're burning 2 up here instantly. And then we're going through more than a kilo down here as well. So, let me run the numbers on these. All of these are 0.6 of a kilo a second. So, yeah, we should be good with just one water sieve for that. Though this won't feed our entire colony. We're going to be sort of running on a sort of hybrid setup. We're going to phase out all of the old hatches and replace them all with stone hatches. We're also going to start feeding some of them on either granite or igneous rock. The reason being that these ones we're feeding on sedimentary, it keeps upping their chances of stone hatchlings, which is good, but it keeps decreasing the chances of smooth hatchlings. And we need a few of those smooth hatchlings because, well, they give us one of the achievements. Otherwise, we're going to have to start feeding these hatches raw metal ores, and we don't have a lot of that stuff, so I'd really prefer to save it. Alright, we've got all of those crops growing. They won't provide us with enough food, but they'll provide us with some. Ventilation-wise over here, we need insulated gas pipes. We want to make sure that we're not dumping all of that heat into our base, if at all possible. And then we're going to want to crack this open. Wait, I'll wait till that egg hatches. Once that's done, we're continuous. Once that egg hatches, which is going to be... Hey, why is that not actually... Someone go and hug that, please. So once that is removed, we'll sort of put in a little liquid storage tank here, and we're going to use this cool slush geyser to run metal refinement. We're going to be switching over to an actual proper metal refinery. Though at the same time, we have cranked up research into conductive wires. We're going to need those because we're going to need some 2 kilowatt wires to plug into our grid here. Also, this is probably going to need to be expanded. Oh, and we can finally put in some fire poles. I have been meaning to do this for ages, but we just haven't had time. In fact, that means we're going to need to move some things around the place, aren't we? Yeah, I think we can squeeze a few things about. This has got to be a record. Cycle 100 before I'm installing a fire pole. It's normally one of the first and earliest things to do. We literally did not have enough raw metal at some points there to build the fire pole because we ran out of aluminum. We were making so many incubators. And then when we did have enough copper ore to do it, we were too busy putting together as many incubators as we possibly could. It's just, there never seemed to be a time where we could put them down. We've been scrambling so hard for so long. And that can go, that can go, and that can go. We're slowly but surely getting rid of all the old incubators. Oh, that one can go as well. And so can you. I think, yeah, we have way too many calories, but that's okay. We're eating through them so quickly, it'll be fine. There's not going to be enough calories coming out of this bristle blossoms to feed us, and we are going to be downgrading a bunch of our ranches. For example, this one over here, we're getting, you know what, might as well just do that now. All of them are going, namely because they're regular hatches. We don't want regular hatches. We only want stone hatches. That's it. And don't, actually wait, we don't even want stone hatchlings, we only want stone hatches. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to move all of the hatches from down here up there. I want all my ranches in this location just so it's, well, it's easier for management purposes. One thing that I do find annoying to deal with occasionally is these patches of water. For example, this is 1,000 kilos of salt water. The problem with that is you can't mop it. And there's no real way to handily get rid of that, which is leaving us in a bit of a pickle. So what you can do, sometimes sneakily, this might not work, is you dig out this tile, and then as the water flows along, you can get a little mop section up in there and maybe get about 200 kilos of it mopped up, if you're quick. All right, let's see if we can get this. Maybe not. If worst case scenario, we can always just move it a little bit further out. Oh, there we go. And we can maybe get another one in there. Now, this won't get it all. The problem is there's you can only mop up 200 kilos at a time. So they'll mop 200 kilos and then they'll stop. There used to be a way where you could have a giant big pool of water, and then if you could just start the mopping process and get a duplicate doing it, they could mop up literally hundreds of tons of water. It was a kind of a little fun bug back in the day. But now they've kind of limited us a bit, but that's fine. We should still be able to get most of that out of the way. Fire pole in place. We are now revealing this slush geyser. We're going to crank up analysis on this. We want to see what's going on with it. We would really like that polluted water. That polluted water is going to allow us to run some metal refinement without cooking the place, because we don't have access to plastic, which we need for steam turbines. And also that has got to go. I was thinking about... Oh, and I have to put this in now, otherwise I'll end up getting murdered. We'll put those like that, and then there was one last thing we wanted to do. Ah, yes. Deconstruct this pole and that right there. Perfection. Before we can finish the doors, we still have another printing pod activation to choose from. Do we really need another duplicate right now? Not really, but if they're good enough... Nah, not worth it. We'll take the coal, even though we don't really need it. Which reminds me, let's check on super sustainable for a minute. Now, carnivore's done. That leaves us with super sustainable, which means we have to generate 240,000 kilojoules of energy. We're up to 71,000, and we're well on the way. It's still going to take about... Oh, I'm not saying 100 cycles, but it's going to take a while before we complete that one. Alright, let's finish this off and put in a quick door right here. There we go. And then we're going to need a park sign. I can't even remember which one that's under. Is it stations or furniture? Furniture. There we go. A park sign. Where are we going to put that? Do we have any room here? No, we do not. Actually, we can stick it right there. Perfect. Park sign. Well, I tried to make a national park, but unfortunately, it didn't work. For a regular park, you need to have it 64 tiles. This room is 89. For a nature reserve, you can go up to 120 tiles, but for that we need 4 wild plants, and we only have 2 in here. We could kind of extend this on a bit, maybe, and take in that plant, but no, we need... I think what we can do is let a pip loose in here, and let the pip plant an extra plant on this section. Actually, make that a level 6 deconstruction. And then we'll need another natural tile. I think we can make another natural tile right here. To make a natural tile, though, we'll have to do a little bit of shenaniganry, but it shouldn't be that bad. Oh, and while that's all going on, we need to run an awful lot of conveyors. Now this, we're going to be using all copper. All the stuff we've imported from the other planet. You can come down there. And then we want to bring this over to this section. So I'm thinking down like this. Oh, no, that will actually destroy that tile. Fine, we'll go around you. And then we'll just bring it straight across. Probably not pretty, but it will do. And then we'll stick in the drop-off right there. So that will mean all the critter eggs that get dropped off, well, that are produced here, here, and here, will get loaded into conveyor loader and sent down to the section. And why did I bother putting these down here when I was only going to delete this all? Who knows? I'm sure there was method to the madness. Sure there was. Yeah, I had some sneaky plan. Alright, how are you doing on that Kill Slush Geyser? Still dormant? Damn it, I was really hoping to get a metal refinement started soon. Well, we have construction projects going on everywhere. And, yeah, of course, if you get construction projects going on everywhere, nothing gets done. But we have so much we want to do. The problem we face is we need oil. And to get oil, we need to head out to a planet somewhere around here that's got oil. These are the only unknown objects that we can see close by. And to get to those planets, we have very limited technology. Basically, we have sugar rockets and we've got CO2 rockets, and that's it. We're probably going to want to get into material science as well, so we can get radiation, rad bolts, all that stuff. That's going to be interesting. At the same time, we're going to have to keep breeding Pacu. The reason being, we need it for the radiation resistance, pretty much. So I'm thinking what we do is we have 2 sections. This here will be our breeder pool. So all the Pacu that are down here drop eggs. All those eggs get picked up by this auto sweeper. It dumps them into this conveyor loader, which puts all the eggs there. Now, because of the way Pacu work, they'll hop off here and fall into this little patch of water, and when they do, they will stay here and they will drop 1 egg. Even if they're overcrowded, they're fine with that. They will just, drop the egg when they're about 20 cycles old. However, the moment there's an egg in here, none of the others will drop an egg. They'll be like, nope, there's an egg present. So because there's an egg present, we're not going to drop another one. It's just going to make things worse. So what we can do... Actually, I'll put in this tile first so I can demonstrate it more effectively. We can grab an auto sweeper right here and put it right there. So that auto sweeper can now access this area. It can't access this area where the eggs are, though. So what we will do is tell it to pick up all the eggs and put them into this conveyor loader right about there. So it'll put that into that conveyor loader, and shipping-wise... Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I messed this up, didn't I? Don't worry. I know what to do. There we go. Alright, so the eggs from up here, which are hatches, will hop over this exit, but all the fish eggs that get dropped in there will get picked up by this auto sweeper, dumped into that conveyor loader, and all the eggs will be left down here. And then we'll just leave this one incubator running all the time. As in, well, we're going to leave it unpowered. That means every 4 cycles, an egg will get kicked out of this. Well, roughly. Sometimes it'll actually be less, but... And then those fish will get jumped in here, and this will be their breeding pool. So they'll keep breeding in here, producing more and more fish, and eventually we'll have... Like, our computer will start to slow down, we'll have to cull a bunch of them, but it should give us a quite sustainable source of food to hopefully keep us going, and it will give us a whole bunch of radiation resistance, which is going to be important for our space adventures. To give ourselves a regular tile that we can use for planting, we are going to use this old trick. I assume this still works. If you... Oh, wait. I think we might need to have 8 tiles around it. Yeah, let's just make sure we get the last one. It's going to affect productivity for quite a bit until we get this done, but... you, deconstruct that. That's assuming... Oh, do we have to delete that pneumatic door? If we do, that's going to be really problematic. This should leave behind a natural tile. Does it? Damn it! Okay, I'm probably going to have to delete that pneumatic door, which is a problem because that's going to let those pips out. One second. I think I got a plan here. It's kind of fun seeing the dupes slowly slide up the ladders. That's, yeah, that's an interesting animation. Perfect. Now this, unless they've patched it, should leave us a natural tile of copper ore. Come on, someone get around to that, will they? Perfect. Once that's done, we'll wrangle all the critters back in and fix all the mistakes. Seriously, it was bathroom time and you just... There we go. Perfect. Alright, that means we can get rid of that. And get rid of that, and repair this up. Alright, while that's fixing, it's time to... Oh, and actually put that there. While that's fixing, it's time to do the eggs. So, all critter eggs. Copy. And this should result in all of the eggs in there getting whisked away. Excellent. Then they all come down here, and they should get dumped over into this section. We haven't got it full of enough water yet, but we will. We'll get it filled. And that should be... the automation of all our ranching. Well, except for the pips. The pips are going to take a little bit more effort, but I think we can do that as well. Okay, for that, though, we are going to need another bottle emptier over here. Alright, give us 1 second. We're going to do a quick wrangle of a pip here. Have that pip transported in here. There's a few seeds and stuff around. I'm sure they can... They're not great seeds, but so long as they plant a couple of things in here, we should be able to use them. And then we can deconstruct that. We can move them back in again later. Over here, we're going to drop down some water, some salt water. In fact, we're going to make that an incredibly high priority. And we're going to use this to create a little bead of water here. This should prevent the pips from wandering back and forth between these two sections, corralling them in this area where it's easier to pick up all their eggs, instead of having to put auto sweepers, well, everywhere. It would be, we need about 3 auto sweepers to make that work. Ah! Okay, should have been paying more attention. God damn it. Fine. Fine. Yes, I'm an idiot, I know. Okay, you guys there. You guys there. Little bit escaped, but not too much. And there's a gate activation that I completely missed. Lime. Well, yeah, that's steel. Well, assuming we can get our hands on enough iron, that's steel. No, gotta go with the lime. Perfect. Also, there's some water down here, and I can't remember why that water is there. I think I built some ice tiles, ice temperature shift plates. Maybe that was it. Oh, there was water. No, I stored all the ice in this bucket, or in the storage bin, so probably some of the ice is melting. Well, that was the plan at the time. Guys, maybe get around to that mopping. I know it's a priority 9 command, but what can I say? I can't help myself. And is everything else gone? Yep. Okay, there should be a little blob of salt water there. That means if we... Let's see, No, what are you doing? I think once we replace that, that change has worked. The pips are now corralled in here nice and safely. In which case, all critter eggs can get dumped in there. Those eggs will get whisked out. And we'll have 1 incubator for pip eggs. Now, we could actually turn the pip eggs into omelets. That would actually be more cost efficient. Their omelets give off more calories than the meat. But that would require me to do more effort, and I'm not sure I want to. And then again, we could... we could just put an egg cracker right there for them and crack all the pip eggs and throw them into that. We'll have to see. Maybe. For now, we're moving all of this stuff up here. We want to copy the settings for you, paste them in there, copy the settings from you, and paste them in there. I want to turn this place into a second set of bedrooms. We're going to want to expand at some point. Oh, and also we're going to want to put the medical center or the apothecary up there as well. While all of this is completing, I think we expand this section on. We want double water sieves. The reason being, with the second water sieve, we can sieve 10 kilos of water per second, which gives us more capacity for the future. The problem is we've only got this one geyser running right now. This will be active for 56 cycles, but this one won't be active for another 25, and this one won't be active for another 50. Oh, this is... We may have to start using this saltwater geyser, which is dormant, but that gives out stuff at 75C, or was it? No, 95C? That could be problematic. There's no real way we can use that. In fact, we need a steel liquid pump just to be able to use that. We don't have any gold amalgam. We might just be better off going straight to space. Oh, that's another thing I should do. I should actually check and see what vents and geysers there are on this planet. Give me a moment. After a bunch of digging around on this planet, we have found a hot polluted oxygen vent, or in other words, trash that we never want to open up. We've also found a steam vent, but not a cool steam vent, just a regular steam vent. That's 500 degree water that comes out of that, and it's just not worth the effort. A natural gas geyser, which I suppose could be useful for running one of those hot stove things, but until we get super sustainable out of the way, it's not even that useful. And even if we do get super sustainable out of the way, I would have preferred water, to be honest. And that's it. There's only 3 vents on this planet. Or actually, let's check the star map here. Yeah, if we check on here, we can actually scroll down, and it should give us a list. Oh, natural gas geyser, steam vent, hot steam vent, liquid sulfur geyser. Oh, okay, so there's a liquid sulfur geyser. I'm going to assume, though, that that's in here somewhere, in the magma biome? Wait a minute, maybe I missed something. I cannot find that sulfur geyser for the life of me, so we'll worry about it later. It's probably in the magma biome somewhere. Over here, we doubled up water production. We want to be able to refine the water twice as fast to produce 10 kilos of water per second, just in case. I don't want to accidentally starve stuff, though we are going through that tank rather quickly. Nope, that's future Francis's problem. That guy can deal with it. We've put 20 kilos of sand in between these so that they can get auto-filled by the auto-sweeper. We don't have to worry about our duplicates coming out. In fact, we can reduce those to level 5s and... Actually, wait, let's just make those level 7s, just in case. Just in case. Anyway, we have 2 incubators running on our little, very simple timer system here, and that should provide us with enough stone hatches to keep all 3 of these ranches running. We have one Why is that powered? God damn it, guys. I didn't want a powered incubator there. Okay, automation wire, just, stick an automation wire right there. That will shut it off. The reason we don't want that powered is, well, we're only running one ranch, so this should do just fine for like about to keep 5 or 6. I'm not even sure why I'm keeping the pips, it's just they're free, so why not? Oh, and at the same time, The pips we left in here have planted the bristle blossoms we threw in there. So this is now a nature reserve. There was, this was mentioned once or twice in the comments that I should, put one in. Wasn't a lot of suggestions, but, it seemed like a reasonable idea. Our plan to use this area over here for metal refinement is completely scuppered by the fact that this won't be active for another 50 cycles. I suppose we could use this cool slush geyser, run it through a metal refinery first, but unfortunately it's kind of really necessary to keep our water production up over here. Maybe we could pump a bit of it in? No. I think our best bet, though, is to come down here. It is icy cold down here. We can get some water, run it through our metal refinement, and then, pump it through this biome and bring it back up to get used again. That would probably be our safest bet. Anyway, I am way over time again. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.